Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Mike Flores here, your local Las Cruces realtor and new home expert. I have got a beautiful home to tour today. We are on Sage Springs, 4498 is the address. We're in the heart of Sonoma Ranch. Before we get started, I'd like to thank Charles Cage for letting us tour this beautiful home at Veloz Homes. I can't wait to show this to you. 2,700 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, and a 3-car garage. Let's go check this home out.
Step into the unknown, 'cause this is where dreams are born. Million miles away, but it still feels like home in the land of heroes.
Starting off with the outside, you got this beautiful desert landscaping. It's got actually 2 arroyos, one coming off this way, one coming off that way. And of course, when this home is sold one day, this will be a driveway, 2-car garage on the left-hand side. This glass will actually be an 8-foot door as well. So you have this will be 1 bay, full 3-car garage. Behind that is really cool. They actually have a design studio back there. It's really nice for folks to come out and see what kind of colors they can use. The home outside style is very Mediterranean. You've got a combination of outside stone. You've got some wood look colors. You've got some really pretty tile that's not your arch tile. It's more of a flat tile, which is very modern-esque, and I really like that. You got corbels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corbels here. Very beautiful design. I like the dark contrasted colors. This is a stucco home. Stucco finishes are really nice. And by the way, folks, 2x6 construction throughout, very nice. This home has a lot to offer. And they actually build them smaller as well. They build them bigger. They do custom. They do build in Sonoma Ranch, they build in Metro, they build in Red Hawk. Just a great builder to feature today. Very excited about this, as you can imagine. Lots of coach lights. I really like that these are the ones that you can actually change from outside. You don't have to take these apart to change the light bulb. That's very, very nice. Outside right now, we are in the middle of December, so a lot of the foliage that usually is here is already gone dormant. So you're not gonna see the trees in their full glory with all their, this one over here is probably a desert willow. Right now it looks kind of like a stick just coming out. It doesn't have any kind of foliage on it, but I'll tell you, in the summer, it really comes out really nice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you in to this part to show you this really nice courtyard. And someone could put a wrought iron gate here if you wanted to, make it a little bit more private if you wanted. Beautiful arches, it's got a light out here, but in here, if you want some privacy, but get some, some really nice sunlight, also maybe plant some stuff out here, put some pots out here, maybe a bench, or maybe a swinging chair. Very nice. You got all these beautiful windows here that allow that nice, beautiful, I love the sun here. And by the way, folks, if you're not familiar with Las Cruces, we get over 300 days of blue skies and sunlight. Very important if you're looking to retire in a place. Cost of living is low, the food is great, the views are awesome. It's a very small town, about 117,000. Growing pretty fast, actually. It's been really nice. I'm actually from Las Cruces. I've been here almost my whole life. And I'll tell you, every time I leave, I just miss that chili smell. I miss that beautiful rain smell that we get. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to come out, you got to come out and see me, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Beautiful right here. I like this. So if it is raining, we don't get a lot of rain, but we do get an average of about 9 inches per year. So if it is raining, you can come outside. You have some roof here. You can take advantage of the nice rain, but not have to get too wet. Coming in, this is going to be so nice. Follow me inside. This is great. Beautiful 8-foot door. I love this door. This home has a lot of accent colors. You've got like a mint green throughout some of these places to accent these walls. But this is where your traffic stops. When they come in from that beautiful courtyard out there, they come into this, and this is your foyer, tomatoes, right? Beautiful skylights with actually multi-tiers and a little bit of accent paint with a drop chandelier. And this is a very wide space. Really good use of the space. I like how they decorate these homes. This is their current model over on Sage Springs. It's just such a great place. If you like a lot of character and hills, wait till you see the view on this home. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna start us off over here because I think that, people come out here, they ask, Mike, can I get a secondary living room, maybe an ensuite, something for my mom to come with us, or my dad, or just having, if you have that college kid going to New Mexico State University, they want their own space. And I think it's important. And this is one of the builders that really takes advantage of that. This is actually one of the living rooms. Has no carpet in it. It's all tiled, wood look tile. We've seen a lot of that in our videos with 1/8" grout lines. So it actually minimizes the amount of grout, makes it look more like a plank. Very nice accent. You got this clean tray up here. This home is equipped with some speakers. You can see this for some surround sound or ambient music. It has 4 extra lights and of course a fan. And as you can see, this is a full-size couch. It gives you an idea of how big this space is. So I mean, you could have, you know, guests in here. You can be completely separated from the rest of the home. And like we've seen other videos too, beautiful, beautiful barn door. And it's a solid barn door. And this has the black finishes on this, which I really like. Gives it a nice contrast. The windows that we saw coming in from the courtyard are right there. And one of the things that strikes me immediately is not only having 3 of these, but also this wood ledging. Really nice. I mean, you could put candles on there. You know, if you're big on Christmas decorations, you can put stuff there as well. I mean, I like the attention to detail this builder always offers. They're also a type of builder that if you want to make some changes, you want to kind of design your own, but you also want to live in a planned development community like Sonoma Ranch, Red Hawk Golf, Metro Verde. These guys are really hard to beat. Phenomenal builder. Good people too. 8-foot doors throughout. This is the first master suite, but it is part of the 2.0, they call it, which is going to be the secondary suite, secondary living room, and they can add this function to pretty much any home they build. Quite impressive. So very high vaulted ceilings. You got your ceiling fan up there. You got more 8-foot doors. You got a walk-in closet. I love that they do all these little built-ins everywhere. This is really cool. You see this kind of drywall work they do, just really intricate. It's got high windows up there for some nice light coming in, so you can actually close the window and still get that beautiful natural light coming in from up top. And you know, natural light's important, especially in cruises. We get over 300 days of it. Look at this. Even this is vaulted. This is really cool. I really like that. And then this suite here is super nice. What I'm going to do is close this door, and I'm going to give you an idea of how big this is. So showers are something that we do quite a bit instead of a tub. And you know, this is really nice. It has a drop down. And I mean, I'm about 6'2". This is probably about 3 foot wide, and it's all got Delta faucets. And folks, Delta, Moen, and all those carry a lifetime warranty. And they're some of the best in the industry. And I like seeing that in the builder because that puts a lot of care into the home, and it transfers into what the homeowner is going to have. You know, the homeowner having a lifetime faucet is a good idea. If one breaks, you don't have to pay for it. You just simply call them, they send you a new one, and you're off to the duck races. Deco, you see this deco? So they did this to match the floors, and it really ties in this beautiful tile. And what they did here is a subway look, and they call this a staggered or subway. And the reason they do that is it looks like stacked brick. So if you ever been out there and seen like a subway look on a brick house, this is typically what you're going to see. Elongated, a little bit longer. This is probably a 24-inch by 12, and just beautiful, beautiful work here. And I do like that they put the glass on this because this is important. This eliminates the need for any kind of shower curtains. And shower curtains, as you know, they change colors. They, you know, get hung up on things. They're not as nice. So to see this is a very nice touch. Rectangular undermounted sinks, really pretty faucets, framed mirrors. That's about a 4-inch frame. It's got recessed lights up here. You've got soft close cabinetry with all of its hardware, which is really nice. I love soft close. I mean, you could slam it if you really gave it a good oomph. It'll slam. Towel racks, all that good stuff. And it does have an extractor fan and, of course, the light switch. And, of course, the reading area, the toilet room. And this is just the beginning, folks. Just the beginning. So let's go in this way. Now we're coming out of the first master suite back into the foyer. Look at the pendant work on this with a herringbone pattern, and then you got the wood look tile from other rooms to match and tie all this in. I mean, brilliant. A lot of accent paint here. It's kind of a mint color, maybe a little bit of a pastel, but I mean, they just did a really good job. And rounded corners, hand-troweled walls and ceilings. Off this, you have your study, and they did this wood look tile again in here. And they did a couple things in here that strikes me as just amazing. You have the coffer ceilings. Coffer ceilings are where you have like this intricate look. It's like a square patterns. They recess about a foot in, and they did some accent work on the inside of that. I've seen this done with metal. I've seen this done with wood. In this case, they did it with drywall and paint and texture. I think that is brilliant. And then this right here, folks, when you see stuff like this, that's like an indention in and they have this in, this is called a sunken vault. Now, you can get really, really elaborate with this. With, you know, this home, what they did is they put a desk in here, built into the wall with matching countertops. This is a quartz, it's 3 centimeters thick. And then you have the built-in shelving, which allows it, so if you wanted for a work area, just a really cool place to see, but you can also make this a bedroom. You can add, you know, some nice doors, French doors, glass doors. There's all kinds of things you can do. And Veloz is one of those builders that has the capacity to do these things, which I think is really important. You know, everybody has their own idea of what their home should look like. Now take a look at this. Multiple high ceilings, multiple heights. So you have a really cool radius tray in here with accent paint. You have a recessed tray with beams over here, and then you have a multi-tier skylight, and you have rounded corners going all the way up, and that's actually glass. And believe it or not, you can actually see the stars through that, which is quite amazing. And then, I mean, oh my gosh, gourmet kitchen. Built-in appliances. Look at the size of the sink. And it's not a normal sink. This is your cast iron sink. And I mean, this thing will last forever. It will outlive all of us. Beautiful faucets, all oil rub bronze. You got pendant lights. You've got the built-in 5-burner cooktop with grates. This is really nice. And if you're wondering, does this blow back into the house? The answer is no. It actually goes outside. And they do it in a really style fashion. They actually put some wood paneling that goes all the way up to the ceiling. If I had to guess, this ceiling's about 10 to 11 feet tall. I mean, it's really high. Lots of lights. You got your heating vents out here. Going back to the cabinetry, undermount lights. You can actually do this, you know, switch it here. They have different, if you want it really bright or kind of bright, you can do both. You can actually control these with a switch, or you can control them individually. I really like that. Built-in appliances. Beautiful, beautiful oven with touchscreen. And these are Samsung products. And of course, if you like Bosch or if you like other ones, they can get that for you as well. I like the backsplash, very ceramic tile, intricate cuts. Makes it look really stylish, just absolutely gorgeous. And then over here, instead of a smaller, you know, like a Java station, they put an entire set of cabinetry. And this is probably a good 6 feet wide. And you have your undermount lights. You got your really nice hardware. You can tell they serve a lot of drinks for people. If you ever need a bottle of water, usually builders have plenty of that. This is really nice. Now, one of the really cool things about this island, by the way, is not only the cuts they do and the rounded corners, but look at all the wood paneling they did. And then they also rocked this over here. They put rock fascia. And it's like a crystal, it almost looks like a quartz. And they stack it really pretty. So you have all that. You got plugins. Then you got wood paneling. Really cool post on both sides, by the way. And this paneling goes all the way around. There's extra cabinets on the side, which, you know, even if you have an abundance of cabinets, it's always good to have extra cabinetry. Better to have the space and not need it, right? All soft close, and then right next to it, you got a place for wine, any kind of refreshment or spirits you like. Then on this side, you have a really nice dishwasher, very sleek design, metal inside, extra racks. This is also a Samsung product. And also, these also do have the lumen meter, which it's a laser basically that shoots through the bottom of it, and it'll flush that water out until it doesn't detect any more debris. Very brilliant. Anything you don't have to do that does it automatically is brilliant. Trash can pull out with recycle. You got matching cabinets and also a place for more spirits. This is actually an entertainer's island, let me tell you. You can really entertain some folks over here. Beautiful high ceilings. These beams are faux beams. So in your living room, it goes from a very high ceiling to an even higher ceiling. I think this is like 12 feet. I mean, it's really up there. And then look at this beautiful entertainment center. So you got sunken vaults on both sides with built-in cabinetry, countertop, and shelving with lights in there. And if you notice, it's a clean light. You don't have light shining right in your face. It's illuminating it down there. This is a gas fireplace, and there's no matches needed. You literally just press a button. You can turn it off, and you can turn it on. Makes it real simple. Rock stack all the way up to the top of the ceiling, and then you have this really nice, I love these, by the way. So sunken vaults are a great way to accent any space. I mean, especially if you put accent paint, you do these extra shelvings. Cabinetry, I mean, is just beautiful to add to anywhere. I mean, you know, it goes back to just having as much storage as possible. One thing you'll notice about Cruces, you don't see a lot of basements or attic spaces, but you know, that's okay if you have an abundance of areas that you can store things, but this is gorgeous. I really love the way they did this. And then tying in the courts throughout the entire home is very important, I think. Especially, you know, if you like uniformity, you like the home to kind of match itself, and it's just a really great way of doing it. Rounded corners again, you can see the hand trowel here. And this is made by human hands, folks. And if you come at the right time when one of these homes are built, you'll actually see people on stilts. My hat's off to those guys. I mean, that is amazing work. You're on a stilt and you're walking like you're at a circus, and they're doing, you know, hand troweling on the ceilings and stuff. I mean, I'll tell you what, I would freak right out trying to do that stuff. I like the trim. The trim, they did a different color. It's really nice, kind of a grayish color. It's about a 4-inch product. Let's go into these two suites here. So you're gonna have a linen closet here, as you can see, for pillows, extra soaps, toilet paper, towels, all that stuff. Great use for that, especially if you have two guest rooms by each other. So here's guest room number 1. They put accent paints in here. It does have a very nice window with the actual wood ledging. Now, a really cool thing about new homes that you'll see a lot of times, you're gonna see 2 switches, and you look up and it's like, but it's only 1 light. That's because one of these switches is actually connected or pre-wired for a fan. That way you don't have to use the clicker, you don't have to have a remote control. This is for the light, and this is for the fan. So if you're ever out there wondering why that is, now you know. Walk-in closet, super nice. And all these walk-in closets have plenty of lights. Nice high ceilings. So this is an 8-foot door. That means this has got to be a 10-foot ceiling, which I really like. And then you're seeing your jump duct there, and then the heating and cooling vent as where it should be, right by the window. And they do Energy Star everything, folks. They do have ways that they build their homes that are very unique. They do a staggered 2x4 wall, makes it 2x6 without the 2x4 studs. Really, really brilliant way of getting your thermal block. For more information about that, you know, comment below or give me a call, shoot me an email. My information is literally everywhere, folks, and I'm happy to help anytime. First bathroom, besides the other master suite we just saw, it looks almost identical to it, except this one has a tub, but it has the same exact frame mirrors. It's got the 3cm quartz, the undermounted rectangular sinks, the Delta faucets, and of course all the hardware cabinetry that all of it comes with. And then behind over here, instead of an actual shower, it has the shower tub combo. So it does have a tub within the guest space, which I think is important. And as you can see, they also did the staggered wall tile. They put an arch above it, which is really pretty. And then they did this really pretty deco tile stripe all the way across. That's called a horizontal deco band. And I've seen that done with glass. I've seen it done with a mixture of tile and other types of materials. This looks like cobblestone, and I really think that's pretty, especially if you like your tans and your warm colors. A lot of folks, you know, they come out and they like grays and whites. Some folks like the warmer colors. And I say to each their own. When you build a home, folks, it's less compromise. You can actually work with a lot more stuff. You have a lot more options. You can, you know, change the floor plan to your likings, to how you live and stuff. And there is one really cool thing I want to point out here. There's 2 lights here, but I don't even have these lights on. There's a solar tube, and a solar tube is a form of a skylight. It's a smaller tube that goes up to the top, and it's literally just a hole from the top that goes down, and it amplifies that light through this lens here, and it illuminates this entire area, and without having the big surface break that goes through the roof. You really don't want that many roof penetrations. Here's the other bedroom here. I'll tell you, I have a daughter, and let me tell you, she would love this room. Especially the colors. She's all about the teals and the blues and the mints. So beautiful 10-foot ceilings. You got 2 vents in here just like the last one. Jump ducting is always good to see because that allows the home to pressurize evenly. When the AC or the heater turns on, you don't have like whistling, you don't have door slamming. It's just a nice little patter, and it just turns on really beautifully. Over here, you got a walk-in closet just like the last one. Really nice place to not only hang some stuff, but also more storage for you. I mean, 4 bedrooms, plus a study, 3 full bathrooms, 2 living rooms, and a 3-car garage. Now, I know folks are gonna ask me, what is the price of this home? Well, this home set up as is with everything it's got is about $775. But you don't have to get every single bell and whistle on this. You can actually get this home down to about $450. And I mean, that's some really good information. When you have a home that does custom or a la carte, you can control the price. You know, you don't have to go with everything this home has, but like me, I would probably want everything this home has because it's very beautiful. It's stunning and exquisite finishes, and the design quality of this home is unbelievable. Let's go into the main suite. And I'm trying not to show you the views, but every time I look that way, it's kind of really hard for me not to see it. This home has literally the entire mountain range. And we're gonna go to the backyard to really show that to you, because you can see that from the living room, you can see it from the master suite, and the backyard, of course. This home has a very elaborate outside living space. It's got a place to watch TV outside. It's got some privacy. It has built-in cooking areas. Just absolutely off the charts beautiful. Tray ceiling here. You got the matching beams like you saw in the living room. This is probably about a 2-foot or maybe a 1.5-foot tray. So it goes from maybe a 9-foot to a 10-foot tray. Nice ceiling fan. And look at this herringbone pattern backsplash. And I mean, to have this behind your bed with built-in lights, these recessed lights are gorgeous. All LED, folks, by the way. Easy to access. And the carpet even that they're using in this home is not like normal carpet. It's less plushy. It's still very, very nice. It's very like squishy. It's nice to walk on, but it doesn't have that plush, which I kind of like. Almost like what you would see like in an office, you know, where you could still roll a chair around and not get caught up in all the, you know, the fuzzies. His and her sinks, giant oval freestanding tub with an obscure glass. And if you notice, they match this to the backsplash of the actual master bedroom. So you have that nice herringbone pattern, goes up. You got recessed lights. You got a 3 or 4 inch frame. Very nice cabinetry with all of its hardware. And you got a matching one over here. Now this is cool. I mean, I really like this. It's just so stylish. And then look how the water kind of just dribbles out. You know, it doesn't really come out heavy. It just kind of dribbles out, which I think is really nice. Now, the last video we did, I talked a little bit about fiddlesticking and bullnosing. When you're doing tile, they have to come in with a diamond cutter and they take a piece of this and they cut it in small strips. And the reason they do that is to create a radius. That way it curves. And it's a very stylish way of doing it. And it takes like someone that knows what they're doing with very, you know, a very good craftsman to do that. And of course, these guys have one of the best tilers in the city. And it's obvious. Now, Snell shower. This is cool. So what a Snell shower is a shower that doesn't need any kind of like a shower door. It doesn't need any kind of shower curtain. You walk in and it curves in like a snail. If you can imagine that in your mind. And this one is designed with the same exquisite finishes that you saw in the last one with all the deco tile. The Delta faucets. It's got plenty of space in here to move around in. And of course, 2 recessed lights to give you plenty of lighting inside too. Very gorgeous. Over here, my famous reading room. And then you walk in from this area and it goes right into your master closet with custom cabinetry. And this custom cabinetry is nice. You don't see this a lot. Typically what you see is what you see over here, and that's typically what you'll get in a home. But if you're real serious about your closets, boy, I'll tell you, this is a good way of doing it. You got drawers in here with hardware. These are also soft close. You got glass inlay cabinetry above, plenty of hanging space. And then if you haven't seen this design before, you come in from here and it goes actually into your laundry room. You got an operable window, which is really nice for that, you know, exhaust some of that air out if it gets warm in here. These homes are very, very energy efficient, so it probably won't happen, but in case you want some of that natural, remember I told you about the rain smell out here. For some reason, Las Cruces has a smell to it when it actually rains, and it's very beautiful. It's actually caused by creosote. Creosote gets wet, and it actually does give off a beautiful fragrance. Just some cool information. And then we haven't gone in there yet, and that's actually the entrance to the garage. But first, before we go there, walk-in pantry. And then you have a linen closet here. I've actually had people say, Mike, open all the closets. And I'm like, well, for builders, sometimes you don't want to open up too much because they have extra paint and materials and stuff. And then this is called a drop zone. And this is something you don't see very often. You know, if you're coming in from the garage, you want to hang up your hat, your beanies. You don't want to go to a coat closet. You want to kick your shoes off. You want to sit down and take your shoes off. You want to drop your purse. I mean, the options are endless. It's just cool to have this. And then they even accented this and made it a sunken vault. And they put a light inside too to illuminate the area. And of course, you got a security system and then a touchscreen Lennox thermostat. 8-foot door going into the garage. So this garage, almost like any Veloz home that you see their model homes, what they do is they have it for a design studio and also an office. What you're standing in right now is actually the one-car garage. And boy, let me tell you, I come in here and they have customers coming in. I actually had to have some customers go into the front. We had some people walk in. That's pretty cool. And usually this is all open. You got a two-car garage here, a one-car garage here. They certainly can do it the opposite way. This design, this is how it comes. And when you come into here, you can see their land. You can see all their floor plans. I think it's brilliant how they do that. In case you need Charles Caget's information, there you go. Tell them that Mike sent you. And usually the garage door opener will be here. They, you know, when they put in stuff, they definitely put in nicer materials. They don't put in like your, you know, your Walmart special. Nothing against Walmart, but they did have a Halloween thing here. Excuse the big skulls. But this is where you would sit with their interior decorator and go over all the finishes from the countertops all the way to the tile. Very comfortable space. They like you to sit down and take your time. And this really gives you an idea of what I was talking about earlier, the 2x6 cavity, but they do 2x4 staggered. So the reason they do this is to create a thermal block. And that's pretty brilliant because not only do you get a good structure, but the wood, this wood will never touch the outside wood, so it doesn't actually transfer any kind of heat or cold coming inside. It actually stops it there, which I think is really brilliant. A lot of builders out there, they'll use thermal ply, which I'm not a big fan of, but there are good uses for it. Certainly not to build a home with it, but to you know, separate spaces inside the attic where you have your patio attic space that's not heated or cooled into the inside of the home attic space where it is heated and cooled. So very cool to see how they build. My hats are always off to this builder. Let's go look at the outside backyard. You know, folks, it comes to me when you go through these homes and we do these videos, I always think about the connections, you know, knowing people, knowing the builders, knowing how they work, how they start, their whole process is very important. And knowing who you can really talk to and trust that knows what they're talking about. I've been awarded about 4 different times on a national level for what I've done, and I'm a very big cheerleader for new homes, because in Las Cruces, new homes and resale are about the same price. And you know, knowing these builders is pretty important when you're trying to find something for folks out there. And it takes me a few minutes to sit down with you, go over a few things, kind of get what you're looking for, and then the phone calls start, and we go out there and show you what Cruces has to offer. Now, before we go outside, this is a 3-panel sliding glass door. And it's called a collapsing door too. There's a couple of different names for this, but essentially what this means is it opens up all the way. Let me see which way to open this thing. There we go. And look what this does. Now, if you're into entertainment, it opens up almost 8 foot wide, 8 foot tall, and I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm in the living room, but I'm in the outside living room too. So I guess I can call this a 3 living room area. One's just outside, right? So you come out here, huge outside patio that wraps around the side of the home. Place to put your TV, burn some wood, burn some meat. It's got a built-in refrigerator. I mean, think about this. You're cooking a burger, and there's Sonoma Ranch. And there's the entire mountain range of the Organ Mountains. And the reason they call it the Organ Mountains is because it does, those rock outcroppings look like an organ. That's where it comes from. And there's actually walking trails up there. There's hiking paths. I mean, you talk about some really cool outdoor activities. We're at the end of December now, and look how beautiful it is. I mean, I call this suit wearing weather. Let me tell you, this is just gorgeous. Plugins everywhere, granite outside. It's got the stacked rock, which I really like. Stainless steel appliances. And then for entertainment outside, I mean, put a couch out here, plug in your phone, sit on the banco. You got another nice mantle out here, put your flat screen pre-wire, and then of course your wood burning. Now, this is a wood burning fireplace, but you can also put faux wood in here. This is a gas line. So you can do both. If you want to keep it clean, you really don't want to deal with ashes, you could just put some fake boulders in here or some fake wood and get that really pretty ambient heat coming in. And usually you'll have a key right over here actually. So you'll get a key with these homes and you put the key in here and you twist it and that's what turns the gas on and off. It's really brilliant. And then the outside landscaping, I mean, look at this. So this home sits up about 30 or 40 feet high from the street. So the homes are down lower, which gives you a very pretty view of all this. And I mean, right here is Sonoma Ranch, folks. We're like literally in the heart of Sonoma Ranch, which is what I love. And the home behind you is going to be one that we're going to be doing really soon. That's their next model home, and it's going to be gorgeous. But look at even the brickwork they do. If you want something elaborate outside, elaborate landscaping, a fire pit, you know, what you're seeing here, these are all things that Veloz is fully capable of doing. And really nice rock walls, nice foliage. And then you can actually see this. I'm glad that I actually came out to the back too. So that right there is an R5 thermal block, and you can tell by the color. The blue is R5, the white is R1. What that does is whenever it's cold outside or hot, this stops the actual heat and the cold from transferring into your concrete, into your home. And I mean, it's a brilliant way of actually, you know, keeping your floors nice and moderately temperatured. I really like seeing that. And look at this. Unbelievable. Well, folks, I thank you very much for joining us today on this beautiful tour. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next one. And remember, if you're looking to buy, you're looking to sell, you're looking just for some general information, give me a call today. Thank you so much.